Alright, welcome back to the saw shop. Please forget a little bit of background noise from the fan. It's after church now this afternoon, and it's done got really warm in the shop here, so I got a little fan running over there. But what I done after I cut off the last video is I went ahead and I got the cylinder index like I said we'd have to right here to purge. I'll show you that. You see where I indexed it right there with the, just down to the little hole. So that's enough. It don't take much, just enough to purge. Get a vacuum through there. And I went ahead and got the base gasket or the cradle back down on here, crank. Got the new crank seals, new pistons on it, and got all that bolted back down here. So what I'm going to do now is what you may not know is, so if you see the difference here in the 350 transfers here and the 346 transfers there, you see there's a considerable difference, especially on these sides right here. You see what I'm talking about? How it bulges out. Well, that becomes an issue on these saws on the case, because on the 346 case right here on the side, it's recessed for that. But being this is what in the 346 start with, it's 350, I'm gonna have to take some of these fins out here on the side. So I've got this packed down good with paper towels to keep any stuff out of the crankcase as we go. I got my flexible die grinder here set up. We're gonna take down 3 of these support runners right here a little bit to allow for that case to be able to, the cylinder head to drop down in there without being up against the side cover. So that's what I'm fitting to do. Get that knocked out real quick, and then we're going to slide the cylinder head down on there and get ready to start porting it. So let's get that right there. Oh, had a little blowout. Let's swap that out. Put another one on there. Getting close. That one off. Get another grinding disc on here. We're almost there. I think that's probably going to get it now. Should do it. Look that, keep from setting this off. All right. I'm not going to worry about gluing it right yet. And as you see, I don't have the ring in here yet either, because we're going to be pulling this on and off as we work on getting the timing and all that set, and deciding on porting. Let's see, yeah, we got enough. So let me show you what I had to do. So you see right here, you got these support grooves, because this is a plastic case. So that one's still there, but these three right here, I had to take out the groove. And you see that one's still there on the front. So I had to recess them three grooves. So now it'll fit down on there. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and get this timing wheel set up on here. And let me get the cylinder down on her first. And locate my bolts here. There we go. And what we'll do is we're also going to check the squish, because I am planning on deleting the base gasket. When we do that, we just need to make sure that we got enough room to that we're not going to hit or anything like that. Just going to put a couple of screws in here and kind of run it down to get it in place. Now, I'm going to take this, I'm going to push down in here, we're going to find the bottom dead center. And I'll explain that to you in just a second, but let me try to get this somewhat set up. About bottom dead. Tighten that up. All right. Out of the way. Well, the first thing we're going to check, now I got it set up, I can just spin it around, but we're going to check the squish on this saw to make sure, and you can do that just taking a little piece of solder, stick it in there. So to squish it, that looks like it might be a pretty good little squish. So let's see, take my zero out. See where we're at. $18,000. So that's where we're going to leave at. That's going to build some pretty good compression. I usually like it to be around 20, but see, this base gasket, around here somewhere. But most of these base gaskets are around 20 thousandths by themselves. And so if I was to install that base gasket back on there, we're gonna lose a lot of compression in the saw. Plus, we're gonna run the risk of losing some exhaust timing, which I'll explain in just a minute. I need to get me a marker set for my timing wheel here. Alright, let me find bottom dead center again. I like to just try it a few times, kind of see where it's falling. Go both ways and push it down. See if I can find a happy medium. Alright, so we're about 3 to 4. And we're about 3 to 4. So I'm just move it over just a hair. Alright, that's perfect bottom dead center right there. So now that we found bottom dead center, I'm going to rotate it all the way around till TDC on my wheel, or top dead center. So that's all the way at the top. So I'm going to grab a light. And I'm going to cut this light off for just a second so I can see. And I'm going to shine the light down in the spark plug hole. And I'm going to rotate this thing in the direction that the engine would normally run until it cracks light in the exhaust. About right there. So that is 95 degrees after top dead center. I'm going to write that down. So that's 95. I like it to be closer to 100, but for a conversion like this, a high RPM saw, that's good. Traditionally, the higher the number there to a point is more torquey. The lower the number there to a point is higher RPM. So really, anywhere from like 95 to 105, my daughter coming home, blowing the horn, anywhere from 95 to 105 is usually a pretty good range for a saw. I prefer right in the middle at about 100. So now what we're going to do, now that we got that right down, we're going to check what the duration of the opening is. So I'm going to roll it all the way around until it closes back and I lose the light. So I'm going to go about right there. So that's 75. So I'm at 95 all the way around to 75. So if I count that around, I've got 85 plus 75. I got 160. Let me make sure I'm right. Let me double check that. You can all double check it over and over and over again. See, actually, I'm about 100. Let me make sure I ain't bumped it. Yep, I'm still bottom dead center. So if I go all the way around to 100, go all the way around to 100. Let's see if I'm about cracking right now. Okay. Actually, once I recheck that, it's actually up a little closer to 100. So that's why you check it multiple times. So we're right at 100. And I'm going to spin this thing all the way around. is about 75. Actually, it's 105 and 75. All right. I know I'm all over this thing a little bit, but I'm trying to get it right. So it's 105 and 75. I'm gonna push this much to make sure I ain't hit it. So yeah, we're still right on 0. Yep. So duration there on this is 150 degrees. All right. So now I'm gonna flip around here on the intake side, and we're gonna roll it on down to bottom dead center. Now I'm gonna look in here and see where the intake cracks. And I see there's a little bit of an edge in there that I noticed gonna have to come off. All right, so it's opening at 105 after bottom dead center. And let's see how, oh, I just hit my, so I know I was at 105, so I'm gonna set that back. All right, now we're gonna roll it forward. Let's see how long she stays open. Right there, we close them back. That's 75. All right, so we have 150 duration on that side too. So on this saw, here, so let me get my cap here. So my plan on this saw, I like it about 100 on both sides. 100 on the intake, 100 on exhaust. That way it gives me about 160 degrees of duration on both sides. Let me see where my blowdown is starting currently. Right there. So right now, 105, 10, I got 25 degrees of blowdown right where it sits. From the time it opens at the top to the time the transfer is open. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to raise the, I like 25. So if I raise the top of the exhaust to 100, then I'm also going to work on the top of them transfers to raise them just a little bit. Because I like it to where I can keep it about 25. So I'm going to raise it about 5 degrees at the top. And I'm going to lower it about 5 degrees on the bottom. So that should give me about the 160 on both sides. And then down on the bottom, we're going to do a little bit of transfer work. So with that being said, let me put the light back on. Let me pull off this wire here. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. Take a little bit off the top, maybe widen it just a hair, like at the top side, and square it up. Then we're going to lower it down and maybe widen it a little bit at the bottom. And then we're going to do some transfer work on the bottom and on the top. So I'm going to get this cylinder back off of here. I want to get the porting done. I know you don't want to watch me port it because it's kind of a boring process, but once I get finished porting it, I will bring you back in, kind of show you what we've done, and then we'll start putting it back together. So I'll see you in just a minute.